Hello Aquarius, welcome back if you're returning to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Hope you enjoy the reading. It is a general reading. So here we have your first house of influence is the ninth house. This is the house of international travel. It's the house of adventure, exploration, which might not necessarily be attached to that travel, but it can be within your mind as well, like what you're studying or what you're learning about, or your own personal adventures, within your, current environment. So it's that sense of adventure and exploration. It covers belief systems, religion, philosophy, all forms of higher education. So this would be university level education or adult education. It also governs, it's the house of intuition. So it's the intuitive processes, and because that's connected to belief systems as well, it can be have a lot of sort of spiritual wisdom attached to it. It's seeking of truth, all kinds of truths, meaning and purpose, things like that. It's also to do with publishing and teaching, all kinds of promotional work. It also deals with the law and the higher courts. Prophecy also does fall in under this card as well. So now for you, it could be any one of those areas which is appropriate for you, but quite likely at this time in the world, it is to do with belief systems. It is to do with your possibly your further education, your higher education. It could also be that you are dealing with people or situations, or it could be online, but you could be dealing with people that are foreign to you as well. So anything foreign, whether it's a person or a culture, or it could be import, export, anything to do with people or transactions from around the world. So it's you meeting the world in some way. So it could be that's coming in for you. It could also be the law and legal situations, the higher courts. Perhaps you're waiting for things to come through. So it can also be just the heightening of your intuition at this time. A lot of us are having downloads. We're in the ascension process. It depends really where you are in that whole situation, but you could be having a lot of activations at this time. You could be really seeing a lot going on around you. So just see how this plays out for you. If you are able to travel internationally, then there could be something coming in for you as well to do with that. Then here we have Gemini, I think. So this is the card of all mental activity, all forms of communication. So this is written, verbal, even body language, but it's all forms of communication, which can be the airwaves. It can be technical things, electronics, anything like that. So the internet, all of that falls in under this as well. But it is very much really, when you come down to it, about communication. So who you're communicating with, how you're communicating, what you're saying, what you're researching, what you're learning about, because this is also the card of learning. So it really is also about the exchange of ideas. It's about being flexible, and paying attention, really. You need to pay attention at this time to what is going on around you. And there's mindfulness coming in here, walking your talk, being careful what you say and what the words that you're using at this time. So be very careful about that. It can, as I said, also be, because it's attached to the ninth house, it could also be perhaps to do with your education. Perhaps you are not able to go to your educational institution at this time, so you are doing everything online, which falls in with this, because this is heightened activity to do with technical things as well. So it could be to do with that. It could be exchange of ideas. You could be having to do a lot of research at this time, and everything to do with that. It could also be that you are perhaps wanting to travel, or you would like to travel at some point, and you're now doing research about that, what you can and can't do, where you can go, and so on, when you can go, how you're going to plan that whole situation as soon as you are able to travel. It could also be that you are dealing, as I said, with some sort of aspect of teaching or learning or publishing or public relations. And this is involving the exchange of ideas and possibly the changes of direction, being open to new things, using your internet as a tool, and so on, perhaps using different platforms to get your words out. It could also be perhaps, as I said, your belief systems, your religion, or your philosophy, or whatever it is, but it could be your belief systems, or it could be your intuition is enhanced at this time, and you're now starting to learn a bit more about that. You've got messages coming, and you've got downloads coming, you've got information to process and understand and talk to others about. Perhaps you're joining online groups and so on. So very much about communication in all forms, and what that means for you at this time, at the moment. Then at the top here, we've got soulless bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as lake, river, or the ocean, to recharge your batteries. So what this is saying is that during this time of rearrangement and shifting and changing of situations, and everything, all our networks, everything is changing. The way we perceive information, the way we are receiving information, what we're saying, what we're doing, what we're planning, what we're researching, everything is under the magnifying glass at this time. So what it's saying to you is that just be careful that you don't exhaust yourself with nervousness, with constantly, burning the candle at both ends, or running yourself ragged. Because with the Gemini card, that can happen. Too much talking, too much information, too much processing. You exhaust yourself. So just be careful that is not happening to you, and that you've got it under control, that you're not overexposing yourself to too much media, or the wrong channels of media. Everything's being very constrained at this time, you've got to really be careful what you read, what you expose yourself to at this time. So just make sure that you are, if you are able to visit a water body, then certainly do that to recharge your batteries, for meditation, for quiet contemplation, and also just to recharge your life source, your life energy, just to recharge your batteries, as it says. But also, it may involve a relocation of some kind. Perhaps you are contemplating, as soon as you are able, to go to live near a water body, or to spend time at least near a water body, just for the peace and the harmony of it. So that may all be crossing your mind at this time. But if you're not able to visit anywhere or go to a water body at this time, then just make sure you're drinking enough good, clean water. Even a shower can be very rejuvenating. Let the water run over you. Take salt baths. Just get a bag of coarse salt and put it in your bath water, and just soak in that to recharge your aura, to cleanse, to purify. Perhaps have a water feature in your garden if you have a garden, or in your home, just to shift the energies, to recharge, and to get a lot of positive ions going around you, which will help to handle the information overload which you may be suffering from at this time. Then the second house of influence is the 10th house. This is the house of career, the house of ambition, fame, reputation, authority figures, whether that's a person in your personal life, could be a parent or somebody else that is an authority figure in your life. It could also be an authoritative institution, the military, or legal law, something like that. But it can also be about public status. So a change of status for you. So you could go from employed to unemployed, or married to single, or the other way around, or from being an employee to an employer. There's lots of ways that your status can change. So all of that comes in under the 10th house. It's you meeting the world, what's outside of home as well. So now with this coming in, you've got your own card, your own sign coming in here, Aquarius, I know, underneath. So I feel that you're going to be going through a bit of a testing time, but you're going to be seeing glimpses of the future. So glimpses of the future are going to be revealed to you, because that is very much the Aquarian way, looking far ahead, able to perceive far ahead. So you may be getting glimpses of that. You could be exposed to new technology, either upgrades of what you currently are using, or just a new tool or a new electronic something that you're using or dealing with. So it's an upgrade from what you have been doing. You could also be working more from home, possibly, or doing things which are on different platforms to what you are used to. So all of that may be coming in. It's also about, you could be getting, if you're trying to launch something, you may be getting a lot of support from friends and associates who are like family. In other words, you know them very well, and they're coming in to support you with your ideas. It could be very futuristic ideas that you're having at this time, sudden realizations, downloads, and so on, or just very futuristic ideals that you have. They may come in to support you on that, to push it forward. It could also be that you are being exposed to people or to situations which are cutting edge. So these people could be very Aquarian in nature, so you may be attracting people like that. They could be very exotic. They could be very eccentric. They could be very different from you. They could have a different sexual orientation, or they could be foreign. It could also be that something that you're involved in personally in your house of career, or whatever it is that falls in under the 10th house, could be very unconventional. Something new, cutting edge. So all of those factors could be coming in for you. You could have a few surprises coming in for you as well with this card. The goddess guidance that goes with that is Maeve, cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. Okay, so as I said, information overload. You could be facing changes of some sort. What it is saying to you is that you need to rest when you're tired. And then, wait for the next wave of energy so that you can implement what you need to do. You need to be riding those cycles, and the cycles that are happening in your house of, your 10th house, which, as I said, is career, fame, reputation, public status, whatever's going on. There are cycles, constantly, and you're part of those. You're part of the greater cosmos. Your body has cycles. So honor those. And, especially I feel needing to rest, when you need to rest, because then you will be able to handle the shifts and changes that are going on much better. Because what it's saying to you is also that you need to prepare, because an opportunity is coming in for you. Some door is opening for you. But you don't want to be jaded when that comes about. Some sort of shift, something is opening up for you, and you don't want to be tired when that kind of comes to you. You want to be refreshed. You want to be in a good position to take advantage of it. And therefore you must honor, what your body is telling you, and look after yourself, and go with your energy cycles. Then here we have the 6th house. This is the house of routines and all things, but specifically your daily routine, but also your work routines. So this is your workplace, your work colleagues, mastery of your craft, whatever it is you do. It could be work projects. So even though you may not be at a workplace, or you may not be in a normal working life, whatever it is that you do, it's mastery of your craft. That's all coming in. It is also the house of health and diet and your lifestyle around that, everything to do with that, and also the house of pets. So all of those factors may be coming in for you, but I feel because it's connected to the 10th house and various other factors, it is very much work related. And obviously, how you're going about that may also affect your health and your diet, or it could be the other way around. Perhaps your health and your diet is affecting your ability to work now, something like that, however it comes out for you. But everything to do with the 6th house is under the focus as well. So now we have a very strong card coming in for you here. We have South Node, Life's Debts. So this is the card of a turning point. So a turning point is coming for you shortly. So something really quite dramatic is going to occur, and this is going to shift what it is you're doing in your workhouse, or the work that you're doing, or the way you're approaching it, or it could be your health and your diet, your lifestyle, or both. This is all about dealing with karma. This is past karma usually, but if you're not interested in past lives, then this will be karmic situations that have gathered around you during your current lifetime. This is dealing with anything unfinished or unresolved. This can be a very difficult path that you're approaching now. It can be quite difficult because you will be forced out of your rut if you've been. This is basically the dissolving of structures that have been in place for a long time. So familiar, solid structures, or what you thought was solid, may just fall away, and it can happen very abruptly. So be prepared for that. Again, your attitude, the outlook to this whole thing is going to determine how difficult this is going to be for you. But certain situations will and must change in order to move you forward to where you should be. So this is really you saying goodbye to the past, dropping any baggage that you've been carrying around, dealing with it, and dispatching it now. Letting go of a lot of things that have been in place for a long time, so that you can now move forward more freely. And so any path that you are currently on, which doesn't immediately close off for you, any path that you're currently on, which is rocky, which is difficult, it's full of obstacles and is tricky, or just unbelievably problematic, you must let go of it now and look for a different path. It may not be entirely obvious to begin with, but it is saying to you that you must simply redirect yourself now and move forward with as much confidence as you can, taking all your wisdom and knowledge with you into the future. But it can be a bit rocky, this initial period, but it is certainly a turning point. The past is gone, and you need to move forward now. And going with that, we have the Aphrodite Inner Goddess card. This may very well be health related. It's Kundalini energy, dealing with all of that and everything to do with that. So do your research on that. Kundalini rising, Kundalini energy, redirecting that appropriately. Perhaps your Kundalini is a bit blocked at the moment. It's also very much about the feminine energies. So even if you are a man, all of us have masculine and feminine energies, and you need to balance those. So you need to be in a more receptive feminine energy right now, which is the energy of reception, being receptive to what is going on. And that is going to help you with these changes coming in. Be receptive to your body, to what your body is telling you. Be receptive to change. Be receptive to looking after yourself now at this time, at this really, really difficult juncture. Look after your body, practice self-care at this time. Be more receptive, be more nurturing, do whatever it is you need to do to make yourself feel better, to look after yourself, to nurture your body, your emotions, your feelings, and whatever that may be for you, however that manifests for you. If it's sort of immersing yourself in music and more artistic things, then do that. If it's if it's going to help you to take on natural therapies or to explore that to assist yourself, then do that. If it's absolute self-care, which is the sea salt baths and spending time in your water and meditation and contemplation, honor the cycles of your body, which is what you've already been told to do. But be receptive, honor your inner goddess, and and take good care of yourself during this time. The astrological guidance, which is coming in with all of this, bottom of the deck, for the astrological guidance is air element, communication going to be hugely important, manifestation going to be hugely important. So be careful what you think, what you say, only positive words, only positive thoughts to manifest what you want. You don't want to manifest what you don't want at this time. So be very careful with that. Be careful who you talk to, and what you're absorbing from others. Be realistic about what you want, but this is an important time of manifestation for you now. And it's also about, discernment, what you're receiving on the airwaves, and what you're putting out there. And, it's all about technology, communication, research, everything to do with any form of communication, which can be the internet as well. So you may be having to do research, you may be having to look at things, alternate things, and so on. Again, air travel comes up here. So you could be, if you are able to travel to a body of water or relocate or spend more time there, then by all means do it. This is very strong air element. This involves air travel of some kind. It could be coming in for you. So as soon as you get the opportunity to do that, then do that. And also raising yourself up. It may be worthwhile to go to a mountainous area to get perspective, to raise your perspective at this time, whether that's physically going up to a high place or going to a place, traveling to a place which has mountainous regions and so on, or water bodies or both, whatever, that comes in, under this card. For some of you, we've got Guinevere, true love coming in. The romantic stirrings of your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. So for some of you, a soulmate may be coming in, or it is the rekindling or the deepening of an existing romance or love that you have at this time. Or it could be simply that you need to redirect that to yourself at this time, which is what the self-care and honoring your rhythms, and cycles is all about. You possibly are a very romantic person, or you have romantic needs which are not being met at this time. So bring fresh flowers into your home. Redecorate if you can. Make your home your castle. It must be comfortable. You must have your home comforts. Whether it's you're reading romantic things, or you're watching romantic movies, or you are just making yourself more comfortable in a relationship, or not, either way, or it could be a relationship with yourself. Or if you are able to go to a romantic destination or simply enjoy being exposed to that, then do that, because that's going to help you to feel better. But as I said, it could be a soulmate coming in. And you have got the Gemini card here as well, which is the astrological card for soulmates, even twin flames. So that may be a factor for you at this time.